that Mika is doing.
Is looking pretty tidy out there as well. As you said, very aggressive out there. Drivers out there on the snow and ice.
Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Lucas, and it is whatever time it is in the morning, because I've been a little bit quiet, but welcome to the Race of Champions. We're here in Peter Havsbad, Sweden. You can tell it's early in the morning, I can barely speak. And yeah, this is day one of Race of Champions 2023, of eROC 2023. And yeah, today's going to be a little bit different than I think we had planned. I think we're going to do a bit of sim stuff today in practice for the eROC World Finals on Friday, and today's Wednesday, so I think it's Wednesday. So yeah, tomorrow I think we'll be doing a bit of real world driving in the snow, which will be good fun. But in the meantime, yeah, let's just get on with the day and see what we do. Yeah, let's see what we got up to.
So me being me, that was the only piece to camera I recorded during the entire week. Me getting caught up in, you know, the action of being at Race of Champions. But however, it's voiceover Lucas here, and I'm just going to run through where we have some cute doggos on screen right now. Basically how the format works with the Race of Champions, and in particular the eROC, and yeah, give you guys an idea heading into this video how things worked. So, the 4 drivers that qualified for the final went to Peter Havsbad, Sweden, where the Race of Champions was being held in real life obviously, and then the top 2 of which would fight it out for the title after a group stage if you like, and then compete together in the ROC Nations Cup. So the points worked like this: you could score up to 12 points from a judged assessment lap that was around the ROC track in real life, where the judges assess you on 3 different areas where you can score up to 4 points in each individual area, giving you a potential maximum yield of 12 points. The other 12 points, which makes 24 total, you could accumulate from racing on the sim, where you could get 2 points for a win, 1 point for a loss, and you would race each of your opponents twice and get 6 races per driver total. The top 2 drivers with the most points after the sim races and assessment lap are completed will then go head to head to decide the champion, and the champion is decided from the fastest overall race time added from 3 races in total, 1 race head to head around the ROC track in real life, and then 2 races immediately following that on the sim, with the winner being the fastest with the overall time. And then those top 2 drivers will compete as a team in the ROC Nations Cup, taking on Team Finland in the first round as the very first race in the Nations Cup. So very, very exciting stuff. And that is how the eROC World Final works. And yeah, the way it worked in terms of the day-to-day structure was we arrived on Tuesday, we then got to some sim practice on the Wednesday, along with a bit of dog sledding, which you saw as b-roll footage earlier on in this video, and yeah, on the Thursday we got a bit of a driving experience over on a nearby lake, before we then took to the track later in the day around the actual ROC track, which you're seeing on screen now, to get some practice ahead of our assessment lap, and this was on the Thursday. And then yeah, our assessment lap would then later be judged, as explained earlier, by 3 judges, where we can score points that go towards the the points tally. So yeah, and then on Friday, first thing in the morning, was the eROC World Final, where we all competed on the sim, and then in the final the top 2 would compete on the track and on the sim to determine who would become the eROC champion 2023.
The revs are up and they're getting ready for the lights, and we're off, and we are away. Jarno Opmeer in the number 1, Lucas Blakeley in the number 2, around the long left-hander for turn 1. The inside line, far tighter, far slower, far trickier course than the outside line, where you can really get your foot down. Blakeley in the black, Opmeer in the white, as we get close to the end of this first run here in Sweden. These tight final couple of corners About a 1.5 second advantage that he had over the line. And it's Blakeley. As we get ready for the off, the lights are on. And now we're racing once again. Blakeley looking to make it 2-0. Lovely line. That first left-hander on the outside line, it's really two left-handers separated by a tiny little straight. Getting the power down now. Two of the best sim racers around in the world today. Of course, Blakeley, as we said, defeated Vettel for real. He is the reigning 2022 Formula One esports champion, who was already to the tune of about 6 seconds behind, but with the little separation that we expect of around 2 seconds, it puts him about 4 seconds back. How will that hit have affected things? Blakeley over the line then, a 1:23.5, which is a walloping time. Right, 5 lights are on. Blakeley versus Romanides. Let's go. Okay, so Blakeley in the number 1, the white and orange car. Romanides in the black and orange car, 4-wheel drive. As we were saying, in these supercar lights. And this should be a great contest between the two. Blakeley on that fast-flowing outer section of track. Romanides on the inner line. This is looking fantastic from the reigning Formula One esports champion. Into the right-hander flick, under the tunnel, through the left-right at the end. It's such a difficult end to the lap to try and get that power down. And it's close! Oh, so close, but this second race. So Romanides now in the number 1, Blakeley now in the number 2. So Romanides in the black and orange, Blakeley in the white and orange. Incredibly tight between these two in that first race. How close will it be in the second? Joyous, absolutely joyous watching these two race. Ricky, switch back over the line, it's 3.2. So it's close once again between these two. That's the kind of gap we're expecting to pull it back in this one. So close to the wall under the tunnel for Romanides, and it'll be Blakeley. Blakeley.
Okay, well, it's time to face your judgment as the judges watch your lap out in the Polaris. So let's have a look and get some comments from our judges. Terry, start.
Great launch. I mean, nice and smooth, not too wild. Yeah, first corner, great, to be honest. I mean, it's aggressive enough, but not over-aggressive. As we see with Martin, he kind of slightly went a little bit too far, but Lucas is bang on it. Yes, impressive.
Yeah, very clean, nice lines. Good attack in and clean out, which is very good. I was just told Felix it's very impressive with the driving. It's very good.
Especially the braking was very high. You can see how the car dives, so the camera's pointing down to the ground. So he's really maximizing the car. You can see there, you can't even see the sky anymore. So he's definitely maximizing the car on entry. Very, very big commitment. So yeah, it looks really good, impressive.
He had some good experience from last year, so do you think he's bringing that to the table?
Oh, definitely. You can see that, you know, last year he was scared. This year he's literally going for it. And as Philip said, if you watch the car dip on the brakes, he's also using that braking effect to help turn the car into the corners. So car control for me is very, very good. Very good.
Some nodding heads and some comments over in the middle, Ollie.
He did 2 mistakes there now on the left, a bit early in and missed the exit, and then on the right he lost the line and went too wide. But the rest so far is very impressive, very impressive.
I think he's able to turn a mistake into something that's not costing a lot of lap time, which is also a very good skill in these kind of cars, you know, because you're never going to be perfect. So every time you're missing the braking point or the apex a bit, you can always turn it into a better exit or something like that, and I think he has that capability.
And it looked like he got some air over the jump as well, which is always impressive. So quickly, yeah, we like jumps. Quickly assessing yourself, watching that back?
Yeah, it's always weird watching it back on a screen because it feels so quick when you're doing it, and then you watch it on a screen and you're like, ah. So, no, it's good to watch back. I mean, I was really... The conditions were tough. It was very easy to get caught offline with the snow, so yeah, happy that I at least got a clean run in.
Okay, well, the votes are in. Give us your assessment, please, Terry.
Yeah, so, yes, I mean, there was a couple of tiny little small faults, but as Felix said, he turned the fault into a positive and come out on a different line and kept it. So it's a 4 out of 4 for me, for sure.
Maximum. Okay, 4 out of 4. What about you, Ollie?
Yeah, he did 2 mistakes there, but the rest was very impressive actually. Good lines in with good speed, and then a clean line in the middle, and he actually used the corner to open, so definitely 4 out of 4. Yeah.
Oh, it's maximum 4 so far. Felix, are you going to break the trend?
No, it was very impressive. I thought he really, I mean, you cannot expect more than that. That's a very, very good 2 laps, and I'm giving him a 4 as well.
Maximum score. Let's have a look at Lucas's face.
Wow, I mean, thank you very much, guys. I mean, that's, yeah, you always question yourself. Once you've done the lap, you have so many hours to think about it. So you're like, oh, was it good? Was it this mistake, that mistake? But no, very, very happy. So honestly, thank you very much. Couldn't be happier.
And the scoreboard doesn't lie. There we go. You go straight to the top of the leaderboard with only Jarno Opmeer to be judged on his real lap. But now let's get back to the rigs and back to racing.
So Blakeley versus Palm. Blakeley already through to the final. But will want as many points as he can muster and as much experience as he can take through into the fight with Jarno Opmeer. Oh, and very close and into the wall. And now he's spun it around as well. So Blakeley, and over the line. So Blakeley in the orange, Palm in the blue. As we watch Martin Palm, winner of that opening round between these two. Lovely line from Palm through here, actually. Very, very nice. And Blakeley, full commitment through the tight and twisting part of the track. Oh, little nudge under the bridge. But has it all together. And across the line, the gap between the two is 2.8. Just the right-left flick, and Blakeley should have this. Over the jump, and over the line. It's Blakeley who has it with a 120.8.
So after the sim races were complete and our assessment laps were judged, we managed to secure a top 2 slot, which meant we were going to compete in the Nations Cup of the Racer Champions as part of Team eROC, alongside Jarno Opmeer. But first, we were going to go head-to-head now with Jarno to try and win for the first time the eROC title, which we lost out in last year in 2022 with some sloppy driving in the final race, or the final races for that matter. But now is the chance for redemption, and yeah, we had first up a head-to-head race with the 2 of us in Polarises. The driver with the fastest overall time from the 1 race on the track and the 2 races on the sim would become the eROC champion for 2023. And at this point, you know, the nerves were rising, we knew it was at stake, and we were going to get to it.
And this then, for real, our first action of the weekend on the snow and ice, and we're away here in Sweden. Opmeer in the orange, Blakeley in the bluish green, and Blakeley now with the power down, the Union flag flying atop his car, and we ride on board with Jarno Opmeer. You see conditions, you see the snow, much nicer, far crisper than it was yesterday. And up through the top of the track, Blakeley trying to get the power down, sliding it through. We'll have that nice run over the crest of the jump. So the split with Blakeley, oh, and Opmeer very slow through the end of the lap. I wonder if he took a hit under the bridge. It's a dreadful first lap for Jarno Opmeer. 8 seconds adrift. But Blakeley cannot ease off because it's about the combined time between this run and the 2 in the sim. He can't just ease back and take the points. The points are out the window now. It's all about time, so Blakeley has to keep this pinned. Beautiful slide. Lovely run now from Lucas Blakeley as he tries to eke out this advantage more and more over Opmeer to be crowned eROC champion 2023. Blakeley should take the win with ease through the tricky cutback, left and right. Blakeley, first blood for him then, over the line for Lucas Blakeley, 142.7. And Opmeer way back. So we wait to see actually what Opmeer's time was. We'll need that on the combined times. There we go, a 146.807. So Opmeer returns to the sim 4 seconds behind Blakeley. That is a huge gap to make up over the running of 2 races on the sim. And as we saw earlier today, Blakeley took the head-to-head 2-0 against Jarno Opmeer. So it is advantage to Lucas Blakeley as things stand. A definite advantage for him. Let's try and see on this replay exactly what happened to Opmeer that saw him lose that vast chunk of time. He managed to pull some of it back, but the 4 seconds is a gap that he will not be happy with. Not with his experience, not with his success here last year. And this on board with Blakeley. Very nice, managing to get the traction down through that last flick, left and right. It's such a tricky couple of corners.
So we managed to take the win on the on-track race, and we had a time advantage going back onto the sim, and yeah, things were going quite well up to this point. So I knew going into the final sim races what I had to do. I didn't have to take any crazy risks. I just had to make sure I kept my pace up. I drove a clean 2 races, and we had a shot of winning the eROC title for the first time. So yeah.
Lights are on. Who will it be for eROC champion 2023? And we're racing once again here in Sweden. Blakeley, nice and tidy through the first couple of corners on the inside line. It's Blakeley then in the orange Polaris. Opmeer in the blue. And look at the determination on Opmeer's face. Blakeley, very calm. Opmeer, almost sort of stressful. You can see the tightness in him, wanting to take back the advantage that he lost in that opening race. So Opmeer will already have crossed the line as Blakeley comes through. The gap between the two of them, 3.5 seconds. It's about what we're used to seeing in the Polaris contests on the sim. Blakeley at the part of the track now where he can put his foot down, really make that Polaris sing, get all of that 181 brake horsepower down. Just the final corners to go. Opmeer under the tunnel. It's neat and tidy for him. It's going to be tight. Blakeley over the jump and over the line. And it's Blakeley who takes the victory again, a 121.1. So Willick's crowned eROC champion. The lights are on. And we're racing for championship glory here at eROC Race of Champions Snow and Ice 2023. Opmeer so close to the wall at the start. A great run from him so far. Opmeer absolutely with his foot flat, sliding it through on the outside line. Blakeley on the inside. A little touch from Blakeley into the wall, but it doesn't unsettle the Polaris. Hasn't put him into a spin as it did against Palm. We're looking for around a 3.5-second gap between the two over the line. But it's a lot, well, a lot more because the overall times, and I think that's what we're looking at there, puts Blakeley slightly behind the curve. Don't forget the 3.5 seconds though, with that 0.78 would make it about 4 and a bit. So advantage still just about with Blakeley to be crowned 2023 eROC champion. Slow through the switchback, but Otmir over the line in a 25.3. Blakeley cuts the line. And the combined times means that Lucas Blakeley is the 2023 eROC champion.
Well, it was so close that we didn't actually, it's very hard to work out the result. But Lucas, you are eROC champion 2023. Let's get your immediate reaction.
Yeah, but a bit of panic almost. I was like, I wasn't sure what the timings were, what the difference was going to be, but yeah, got it. I had a very scruffy last race, but yeah, so super happy to redeem from last year to win the eROC title. So yeah, a bit shocked at the moment, but yeah, happy.
Question is, are you ready for tomorrow with meeting up with two F1 legends, Valtteri Bottas and Mika Hakkinen in the first round?
Yeah, it's going to be the huge names just like last year. So it's going to be now important just to relax a little and then get into practice, try and get up to speed. But yeah, just super excited. Just hard to put to words.
Well, let's get the second place trophy to Jarno.
Congratulations.
And the winner of eROC 2023, Lucas Blakeley. Round of applause, people. So that's eROC done and dusted, but it's only the beginning of your race weekend now, so good luck tomorrow. Final words from you, Jarno?
Yeah, can't wait, to be honest. It's going to be very good, practicing all day today and then jumping in tomorrow morning early against Valtteri and Mika. So.
And for you, Lucas, you did it this year. Your emotions right now?
Yeah, I'm just super happy at the moment, but I think I'm really excited for tomorrow as well. As Jarno says, it's such a immense privilege to be here at, for not just for the first time, but the second time at Race of Champions, and just big thanks to them for putting on this eROC every year, giving us guys, the opportunity to, even be amongst so many legends of the sport. So, yeah, grateful to be here, and we're absolutely buzzing for tomorrow. Saturday, race day, Race of Champions Nations Cup for the second year in a row, teaming up with Jarno Otmir to face in the very first round, the very first race of the Nations Cup, Team Finland, made up by none other than Valtteri Bottas and Mika Hakkinen. And yeah, it was we had a bit of practice in the day before, so on the Friday, and then on the Saturday, which was this, in the warm-up in the morning. So, you don't get much practice at the Race of Champions in general, but, we were feeling a lot stronger than the year before, getting ready for everything, and yeah, we're going to go out there and give it 110%.
Valtteri Bottas in the orange car, Blakeley in the yellow. Nations Cup about to get underway here in Sweden. Blakeley was very, very fast, very committed yesterday out there on the snow and ice. It wasn't just in the sims that the guys competed, it was also out here on the snow and ice. Conditions look perfect, and we've got a green light, and we're away. Bottas on the inside, tight line. Blakeley with the smoother start to the course. It is a much more flowing, much faster outside line. They will cross over in the middle, over the jump and under the bridge. And already, Timmy, it's a nice start from Valtteri. And Blakeley is looking pretty tidy out there as well.
Yeah, it's hard to know early in this stage who is actually ahead, but I think Blakeley has got a very nice start. He's actually looking a little bit more aggressive in his driving style than Valtteri on the inside. So yeah, it's all about. We also have to learn watching this what driving style is fastest in each car. As we see them go around lap 1 now, we get an indication of what kind of gap we will get used to seeing.
In the Cupra Urban Rebel concept car, Blakeley crosses the line 51.8, Valtteri 55.8, so about a 4-second gap between them. We'll wait to see what kind of split is going to be the norm with these Cupras. But Blakeley, as you said, very aggressive out there. He took the victory last year against Sebastian Vettel. He's used to beating Formula One drivers out there on the snow and ice.
Oh, he's a bit wide there, but he managed to avoid the snowbank. I don't think we should underestimate Blakeley because, as you said, he won against Schumacher last year. He's obviously a great talent, winning so much on esports, but probably never just got the chance to try his wings out in real cars. But let's see who crosses the line first here now.
I think it's going to be Blakeley. He's done a wonderful, wonderful race. Valtteri takes the jump, Blakeley wins, and wins with ease. So Blakeley, once again, as he did in 2022, defeats his Formula One rival, the eROC champion, and look how much that means to him. He made a name for himself last year, defeating Sebastian Vettel, turns up this year, wins the eROC championship, beats Valtteri Bottas.
So we managed to take the win in the first race against Valtteri, and then Jarno was up next for his next 2 races, and he kept the gaps very, very close. Unfortunately, even though he finished ahead of Mika in his race, he lost time due to, I think it was a time penalty for something. But yeah, heading into the final race, Jarno had done an unbelievable job, so it was now up to me to bring it home.
Blakeley needs to win by over 0.7 of a second.
Good start by Blakeley, I think.
Nice off the line from him. So it's Blakeley in the black and blue. Mika Hakkinen there for Team Finland on the outside line at the moment. I think Blakeley had a little touch into the snow wall. He's very committed, very fast, Blakeley.
Mika going for a tighter driving style, going with a bit of understeer mid-corner. We've seen it's nice to ride on board here. You see, you have to really work with the pendulum of the car in that section that we just went through. It's easier to be consistent when you drive like this that Mika is doing, and that's also key. You can't afford to make any mistake.
But as you said, you've got to be aggressive over the line. The gap last time was around 5 seconds and ended almost in a dead heat. The gap is less than 2. Blakeley is coming in hot.
Yeah, Blakeley with another great run now.
Watching him out on track practice, the commitment in whatever car he was driving was sensational. Standing trackside with a number of the drivers, they were looking at him and saying he has improved massively, even from last year where he defeated Sebastian Vettel. The confidence that he's been able to bring to Racing Champions this year on the snow and the ice. He's super competitive and rapid on the sim. We know that, we've seen that. He is the eROC champion 2023, but out on the snow and ice, he's just so committed.
He's equally talented in real life here. Massive win for him.
Huge! And that should mean that the eROC team goes through, because he's defeated Mika Hakkinen by a mile, by an absolute mile.
So we managed to actually get through the first round against Team Finland, and this meant that we would go up against, once again, Team Germany in the second round of the Nations Cup.
Earlier in the day, it's Blakeley versus Vettel.
The eROC guys definitely being the underdogs here in the competition today. But who doesn't love a good underdog story?
Absolutely. Oh, and Blakeley's hit the barrier and almost over into the other lane.
He managed to save it.
I think we are bigging him up a bit too much. Sebastian Vettel was struggling at the start as well and mounted the inside bank. He's using everything that he can. He's really using this Polaris and attacking the track. Blakeley, though, with that mistake, it's going to be very, very costly for the eROC finalists. He'd had such a good weekend up to that point, but it's not over. Not yet.
It's another mistake in that first turn that we've seen a few times now, so might very well be getting slippier.
The gap between the two, it's big. It is big. And I don't think there's going to be anything that Blakeley can do about this now. Vettel can bring it home, but he won't slow down, he won't stop, because he knows if it's a draw, it goes down to overall time. So Seb has to keep it pinned, has to keep pushing. And it's wonderful watching Sebastian Vettel behind the wheel. What a huge loss he will be to Formula One. It's been great seeing him this week. Just a huge smile on his face. He loves this event, loves being here, and he's so relaxed, I haven't seen him so relaxed, I don't think ever. He just is loving life at the moment, Sebastian Vettel.
This is closer than we thought, though.
Wow, Blakeley has pulled that back with a brilliant final tour, but it's Vettel who wins. A high five for his passenger. Way closer.
Yeah, but
We gave it 110%, and ultimately it was maybe a few percent too much. We lost it a bit into turn 2, but I'm still really proud of how the race went. We gave it everything. We clawed it back quite a lot in the race, and yeah, we kept the gap really, really close going into the final race against Mick Schumacher, and it was all or nothing.
So it's Blakeley on the outside in the blue car, Schumacher on the inside in the black. In these all-electric races, they are absolutely phenomenal to drive. The guys enjoying them so much. The Zeroid X1. 330 brake horsepower. As we ride back on boards. Beautiful control once again from Mick Schumacher, who's becoming something of a snow and ice specialist.
yes. This is the time to put everything together now, but they know that, both of them.
So
Very
over
nice.
the line, Blakeley with a 48. Schumacher comes through. Where is he? About... Ooh, it's about 5 seconds, so it is going to be tight between them. If Schumacher wins this, there won't be a fourth race, because as soon as they hit 3, that's it. They're done. They're through. So Vettel won't go out again if Schumacher can win this, but Blakeley pushing, as he has to try and take this thing to 2-2 and take it down to time. Oh,
we have a mistake.
And Blakeley has gone over the bank and finds himself on the wrong part of the track. And I don't think he realizes he's onto the wrong part of the track, does he? Does he come back onto the... He's come back. He's come back. My apologies.
We saw him coming back, but...
That's it.
Yeah.
It's game over.
We gave it everything. We left nothing on the table, and it was just a bit too much once again. A little bit of poor judgment creeping in towards the end with adapting to different grip conditions and all sorts of things, but yeah, left it all out there, nothing on the table, and yeah, just a bit too aggressive in the end, but we left it all out there. We gave it absolutely, we literally left nothing on the table, and I think Jarno and I can, leave the Nations Cup proud with what we achieved, because we got further than we thought we ever would, and we gained a lot of confidence in the process as you watch me inspect some snow. But yeah, we gave it, we gave it everything for sim racing. We gave it, everything we had, and we would rather lose giving it 110% and make a few mistakes than be doing 90% and not get anywhere at all. So yeah, we gave it everything. And that was our Nations Cup journey. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you out there who were supporting both Jarno and myself and, as Team eROC in this Nations Cup. I hope that we did you guys proud. Although, obviously we would have loved to have, kept going in the competition. But, we were giving it 110%, as I've kept saying throughout this video and throughout this week. And I hope we did you proud. We certainly gave it, we're certainly happy with how it all went. And yeah, we hopefully next year we can come back and give it another good damn go. But I would love to just want to say thank you so much everyone for the support. It was another one of the most memorable weeks of my life, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love you all. Ciao.